Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, it's always important to keep our young people moving. There's a great organization helping do just that. It's called the Learn to Move Academy. They've got lots going on, and here to tell us all about it is Matt Peel. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Niels.
Obviously, this is as important of a cause now as it ever has been, right?
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Got to keep those folks engaged. I know you have a lot coming up with that, some seminars, exciting Learn, Understand, and Apply tour. Tell the folks a little bit about Learn to Move Academy.
Great. Learn to Move Academy, we're actually based in St. Tammany Parish, and it's a physical education curriculum for grades K through 9, possibly up even in 10, and we work with some sports organizations too, really on the fundamentals of movement. There's been a lot of studies out there that's showing that teaching movement development actually can improve grades more than just teaching sports alone. So that's what our company focuses on in working with public and private schools throughout the state and getting them to really teach that more than just, hey, let's go out and play soccer, let's go out and play basketball. Well,
it's really so important, especially when they're developing, to keep that mind and body connection, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And even as adults, I'm also a personal trainer, and you'd be amazed how often when people are just working out and they're not using the right muscles for the exercise. And same thing with kids. Unless we truly teach them what to think about and what to use in doing specific movements, the body will just use whatever is easiest. And it might not necessarily be the right muscles, which then also leads to overtraining and really potential injuries.
Sure.
And that's what we're also trying to reduce and prevent is injuries by helping develop both sides of the body, so that when they go to, say, push off the right side dominant, push off on their left side, that's where we have ACL injuries. And it's very common, especially in soccer, someone tries to push off on that offside, there goes that knee.
That's right. I know you have some exciting seminars coming up. Tell me about those.
We do. Well, we're in partnership with Oxford Sports Medicine, and we're doing, like you said, the Learn, Apply, and Understand Summer Tour, aimed at public school boards for the parishes along kind of the I-10, I-12 corridor and down into the bayou. Ochsner is going to send either a orthopedic surgeon, athletic trainer, or even a physical therapist, and talk about what the importance is of long-term athletic development overall in physical education and why kids need to be taught that, as opposed to just, hey, again, let's roll the balls out or let's figure out how to just play some flag football, which also engages more of the kids. My child specifically, he's not really that much of an athlete, so you kind of lose him when it comes time to playing a specific sport.
Right.
And you lose a lot of kids. So let's bring them all back in, give them confidence, and that's really what this series is about. And then we'll bring some Learn to Move Academy into it and actually put some of the teachers through the movements so they know what it's like to go through their own PE class.
Right.
Just a couple hours, have fun, again, learn what it is, apply the knowledge, understand it, and then bring that back to their classrooms come the fall.
It's really such a key time for that too. I mean, obviously we know that now in this country, childhood obesity is an epidemic.
Absolutely.
We live in an era of budget cuts where a lot of times those sports programs and PE times get cut down. And so it's really more important now than ever. It's great work you're doing out there. I know folks are going to want to find out more about it. Where do they need to go for more information to find out either about Learn to Move or about these great tours you're putting on?
Right, they can contact me directly. They can email to Matt Peel at learntomoveacademy@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in touch with me. They can go to our website, ltmacademy.com, and just learn overall what our company is. And then from there, we'll get them scheduled up in July or August and come to them.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for coming on and telling us all about it.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Well, the Salvation Army here in the greater Baton Rouge area is doing great work, and they're saving lives. We had a chance to sit down with them recently. Take a look.
We began serving here in Baton Rouge, greater Baton Rouge area, in 1905. And so we've had continuous service of almost 100 years because we left for a couple of years and then came back. The mission that we try to fulfill every day is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in His name without discrimination. And it doesn't matter how you come to us, who you are, what you've been through, what your beliefs are. We're here to help people. Raymond is a young man who came to the Salvation Army about 12 years old, and he came for a little while and then he kind of backed off because You know, he had some kids in the neighborhood that were kind of wooing him toward a lot of the bad stuff, getting involved in gangs and things like that. And fortunately, through an acquaintance that he got reconnected to the Salvation Army, and his connection now is very strong.
The Salvation Army is like my second family. They are like my best friends, my brothers and sisters. They're always there when I need them and on the right time. The Salvation Army saved me from my bad guys in my neighborhood. The Salvation Army showed me love and comfort that I have not received before. If it had not been for the Salvation Army, I'd rather been shot up, probably in jail, or in somebody's graveyard. But thanks to the Salvation Army, they really turned my life around. They brought me a long way. Now I'm at home in a peaceful household. My grandmother helping her out. Everything's feel nice now.
The Salvation Army really can benefit a person if they are ready and willing for the change that can take place in their lives. And I think we provide opportunities, and sometimes we provide resources through the community providing the Salvation Army resources. But ultimately, it's up to that person to step out in faith and do what's necessary to make that change in their lives.
You know, Walter's another interesting case. He's doing fabulous today, but he has been in prison. He was a tough person. He fought at the drop of a hat, and when you hear from him, you're going to say, is that the same guy that Captain Meredith talked about? Because he's gentle, he's loving. God has come into his life in a big way, and it's made such a tremendous difference.
If it had not been for the Salvation Army, I would probably be dead or either incarcerated, because my life had become very unmanageable. And with the help of the Salvation Army and the good people that carry the Salvation Army, I'm given a second chance at life. I was out of places to go. I had nowhere left to go, and I'd even went to the parole officer and tried to turn myself in, and God had a better plan for me. He said, look, go across the street to the Salvation Army and see if they'll give you a room over there and maybe you can stay.
There are a lot of needs in our community, and the Salvation Army wants to provide hope that those needs can be met in one way or another.
Looking back at myself now, I would never believe that I could be this person I am today. That God can truly take care of something that had managed to crawl so low and be so cruel and mean to everybody and care about nothing but yourself. And now all I can do is take care of others. That's all I want to do, because God gave me a chance, so I have to give back what was so freely given to me.
Our goal in the Salvation Army here in Baton Rouge is to really meet the individual and try to make an impact in an entire family.
I'd just like to thank the Salvation Army for bringing me a mighty long way.
Great work being done by the Salvation Army. When we come back on Across Louisiana, find out what you can do to recognize somebody that you know who's doing something good for the environment. Don't miss it.